Hello! Welcome to another episode of the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. Sorry that took a minute, but oh my goodness, you're all so amazing. Thank you so much for all those subs. That's so rad. Way to start this stream off with a bang. I gotta pump this game up now. But before we get into it, let's go around this virtual table and we will introduce ourselves. I will start off. My name is Lucas. My pronouns are he, him, and let's move over to Jess.
There, I'm Jess, and my pronouns are she, her.
Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. Pronouns are he, they.
Xander.
Or he, him.
Hi, I'm Xander. He, him are my pronouns. How is everyone?
And Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason, and I go by he, him.
Alrighty, so you have all come by to watch these poor doomed Dungeoneers rush off into this tower. If you have not experienced the Lost Tower of Ambrosia before, this is a unique combination of two games. The first game is You Are the Dungeon by Tracy Barnett. It is a fantastic game if you want to be able to build dungeons up cool, give them their own like history and lore. And if you're not very good at dungeons, you just roll in a bunch of cool random things that happen while you're sending people to their doom. And it's an ever-evolving dungeon that wants to consume people. Then I was talking to my spouse and we're like, people want to play those adventures who are going off to their doom. Hell yeah. So I created Doom Dungeoneers, which allows people to very quickly create characters and have it be sort of randomized, which allows for some fun improv tests, some challenges. And so our players will be creating their characters on stream. So how we will start this off, each of the players will be rolling percentile, and that is going to be creating the general like archetype of their character. And then from there, they're going to be distributing points and I'll go over the rules while they're kind of creating this character. But let's first start off with percentile so you can all start making your Dungeoneers. Let's go with the same order as we did intros. Jess, why don't you roll me some percentile?
Ooh, I got a 65.
65. All right. You are an impulsive forager. Living that good life, gathering berries and herbs, and just no need for caution. Josh.
Sure. 23? Yes,
23. You are a dedicated crafter. So you are living your life, creating these wares. Xander.
Yes, okay, let's see. Let's roll. 90.
Oh, 90. I'm going over the big ones. All right, with 90, you are a conservative kennel worker. Don't like putting yourself out there, but doggos are good.
Can you
Jason.
repeat that one more time, please?
Conservative kennel worker.
All right, thank you.
And Jason, roll in percentile.
I got a 38.
38. You are an apathetic shepherd. Now you're probably wondering, Lucas, these are really weird characters. And that is because we wanted to have people play things that they never would have played. I mean, maybe your favorite character that you played in a TTRPG was an apathetic shepherd. I don't know. But for the most part, we've tried to really throw things out there it's a lot different than like you were the farmer's son and your farm burned down kind of thing and you picked up the sword. So while they're all creating their characters and putting points in places, I will just go through the rules quickly how this game works. So there are 4 main stats in this game. You have might, luck, magic, and mind. So might is like all things physical that you do. Swing a sword, jumping to a ledge, picking up something heavy. Luck is basically what keeps every adventurer alive. You have like finding something that's useful, dodging a blow, having a trap go off and not hit you. Magic, use any of your fun kinds of magic. And mind, that's figuring out puzzles, formula, all that good stuff. So everyone has, starting off, 5 hit points. And depending on how many points they put in might, they get additional points to their hit points. Now, how to do anything in this game, we are rolling D12s because they don't get rolled enough. Everybody loves D12s. Let's roll them. So we're rolling D12s. And 1 to 6, it does not go as planned. It's a failure and something bad's going to happen. 7 to 10, not so bad. You're going to do what you wanted to do, but there's going to be some kind of drawback. And 10 plus, flawless. Maybe even something a little bit better happens when you have a 10 plus. And that's the same with magic. You can do whatever you want with magic, as long as you're not trying to god mode and create like this sword from the universe. But if you're just trying to like shoot a fireball, make the ground icy and slide across it, like that kind of stuff, just having fun with magic, then you roll that D12, add your magic, and we'll see what happens. Now you're probably also wondering,
but a D12, that means it's kind of stacked against the player. Yeah, because we're playing Doomed Dungeoneers. They're going off into a deadly tower. There's a lot of traps and monsters, so the dedicated crafter may be real good at making them shoes or something, but they're not necessarily going to be great at fighting unholy monsters. So the players will actually also roll a fate once their characters are ready, and that'll determine how I will basically shape their adventures in this tower. So it's always different every time we're coming in here. I always change up the fates anytime somebody uses one, add in a new one. So these players are all going to have real weird things happen to them real fast, and they will not know their fate until the end of the game. And then at the very end of the game, whether they survive the tower, whether they claim immortality, or whether they get consumed by the tower, they will be able to create the next level of the tower, because the tower is constantly consuming people and evolving. There's already been 3 or 4 other levels added to this tower from previous one-shots. So, let's go around and talk about characters. Let's start with Jason this time. Jason, tell us about your character.
Hey, so I will be playing Mirren Rainfarer. He's an elf of Terra. Yeah, there's not a lot to say because I only had a few minutes to think about it. But basically, he's been guiding his flocks here and there, back and forth. He's come to the Lost Tower to find maybe a little bit of glory in his life, but he's not too optimistic. It's just a tower. He's going to have to go back to leading those flocks around. And yeah, nothing too excited, but here he is.
So Mirren's hopes are he's lowering his expectations for a happier him. Love it. Xander.
I'm going to be playing an automata named Inkwell. I don't have much for outside that. I guess they're going into the tower to try to find any like lost animals to bring to their kennel to find them a good home later.
Oh, that's nice. Josh.
Yeah, I will be playing Crush, the Crystal Hall dwarf. He's 200 years old and has been making furniture using the crystals that grow out of his own body for many, many moons, and has gotten bored with the life of crafting and decided to take to adventuring one day, and we'll see what happens.
All right, that's some good furniture. Jess.
I will be playing Hyacinth. She is a robin plumerian birdfolk. She is basically a witch. She's rather old, and she's very impulsive, as you've said, and she's very excited to get into this tower and see what kind of weird stuff's growing in it, because she knows the other witches don't have this on their spice shelves. So that's what she's interested in.
Nice. All right, let's roll for some fates. Each of you roll me 2d10, and let's see what we have in store. I will call on each of you as I open the mighty PDF. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Jason, what did you get?
I got a 4 and a 1.
A 4 and a 1. All right.
Almost my favorite number.
Oh, this will be good.
So close.
Nice. All right. Xander.
I rolled 5 and 5, so a 10 total.
5 and 5. Huh. Okay. All right. Crush. Start using.
I rolled a 6 and a 9.
6 and a
Nice.
9.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. And Jess.
I got a 6 and a 6.
Huh. All right. These will do well for you. Oh no. Really?
That's an ominous.
I love the GM going, oh no.
So these
good
ones,
sign.
I'm rolling the fates that Tracy Barnett had created in this, and they're so bad. They're so brutal, and I think that you're all gonna really love them. Because normally when you play through You Are the Dungeon, it goes through and it basically you're rolling for these fate of these adventures and they're just dying and you're like, oh cool, like that's their fate. But now you get to play through them. Okay. So, starting off. In the mysterious and ancient kingdom of the wilds, where beasts the sizes of houses roam and speak the common tongue, there exists a tower. This ivory white tower is composed of perfect brickwork that stretches up to the clouds. Flowers bloom around it, trees bend towards it, and animals seem attracted to it. A well-worn dirt path leads away from this pristine tower with no doors towards a small town, the town of Hamtown. Hamtown is a charming and quiet town. It's grown ever since the tower began opening its doors once more, but since the tower only opens its doors for a few days every 5 years, the growth is a bit slow. Every 5 years, the Tower Festival is held. People gather from all over the tendrils. They track their way through the hot deserts of the Golden Bazaar and enter the misty valleys of the wilds. Following thin and winding paths, they make their way to Hamtown where the festival is underway. It's a merry gathering where everyone celebrates the Dungeoneers who would attempt the perils of the tower. There are grand feasts, music, dancing, stalls, and wares from all over Loch Raelta. Each morning of this 7-day festival is a solemn one. The Dungeoneers are led to the tower, following the smell of the most delectable pastries, finding that it comes from the tower itself. People line each side of the pathway as the Dungeoneers make their way towards their fate. There, they're given a bag of supplies and sent in. The crowd disperse and gather at the end of the day to see who comes out of the tower. Then, at night, they repeat their festivities, knowing full well they are sending people off to their dooms. They're sending the people to feed the tower, the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. Welcome, Dungeoneers! So you are enjoying a festival. So all that doom and gloom may be happening in the morning, but right now it is nothing but good times. So I'm going to go around and ask who is all hanging out and having fun at this party. Let us start with Hyacinth. What are you doing at the festival?
Hyacinth is old hat. She's actually been to these festivals a few times. She's rather old. This is the first time she's actually going to go into the tower. And she doesn't see what the big fuss is. Just because they don't seem to come out of the tower doesn't mean they don't. So who knows? Magic's weird. So she's just sampling all the fair food and enjoying all the cooking. chatting up some locals who she probably knows, catching up on some old lady gossip. Just not acting like this could be the end. This is just another adventure for her.
Oh yeah, it's nothing but good times. I like that Hyacinth probably thinks there's like a back door that all the Dungeoneers are just leaving out of and nobody bothers checking. Crush, what are you doing at the festival?
So Crush is kind of trying to hype himself up, trying to get excited for the upcoming journey into the tower, because he's only going in because he took a bet, and he was kind of reluctant to take that bet, but is a dwarf of honor and a dwarf of his word. So when he makes a bet, he goes through with it. So he's mostly just kind of watching the festivities and trying to psych himself up.
How about you, Inkwell?
Inkwell's going around, obviously petting every animal there is, not just to pet the animal, but to check to make sure they have collars and tags, to make sure they're not lost and need to go to the kennel, and occasionally handing out flyers to their kennel.
So there's probably the odd time where somebody, just maybe the dog slipped out of its collar and it's running around having fun, and you're like, oh, scooping the dog up and just hauling it away.
Like, gotta go to the kennel, gotta make sure you're safe.
And Mirren, what are you up to?
Similar to Inkwell, Mirren will be interacting with any animals he sees, petting them, and just kind of, the usual farm guy going around, looking at all the wildlife. And he'll just be walking around with a tankard of ale, slowly drinking.
Commenting on, like, pieces of equipment, going like, oh, yeah, that's pretty decent. Maybe patting it as if it would tell you something about the equipment. So you all are enjoying this festival, and everything is going well. You were all treated really, really well by everyone there. Everyone is buying you drinks, you get free food, and people are just dancing, having good times. And eventually, though, the festivities have to come to an end. The morning rolls around. You all are getting ready to go into the tower. You're led down this pathway, and there's all these people lining it, and they look a little sad. Some of them look very eager, like they're like, oh, what's going to happen this time? As they're looking. You do know that the last time the party went in yesterday, only one emerged, and it was a luminous that came out as completely black shadow. So you are all curious what's going to happen. You make it to the very front of this tower, and seemingly there's no door. And you are each handed a bag of supplies. In this bag, it's the same bag of supplies that everyone gets. You're allowed to bring 2 items of your choice into the tower, but everyone is given this same bag that consists of rope, lantern, chalk, canteen, food, and a small hammer. You're all told that there is something you can do. If you ever want to leave the tower, you're able to leave just by thinking, it's time for me to leave the tower. But when you do so, the tower, it comes with a cost. The tower takes a piece of you. And so you will come out changed and different. That is the cost of leaving the tower. So you all stand there, and this beautiful golden glow starts forming. It goes all the way up to the top, forming this door. And this door eventually becomes actualized as the glow starts to fade a little bit and cracks open. This waft of cold air and the most delectable smelling pastry you've ever smelt in your life comes your way and goes over you. And the mayor steps out of the way and sort of, after you.
Hyacinth immediately just steps forward, and she's just the smallest, roundest little robin lady, and she has a little bitty witch hat, and she tips her hat to the mayor, and she says, "All right, dearies, let's go."
All right, let's do this. Come on.
I guess if there's even a point.
Inkwell just starts walking in. Come on, 2 feet forward. Let's go, go, go.
Myron sort of reluctantly slumps forward.
So you all start marching in there. The door closes behind you, and you can still see the door as you turn around. But looking around this area, it is a very large circular room. There's no furniture in here, but the ceiling goes up quite high, maybe 9 or 10 feet. The whole area is made out of this pristine white stone, and there are a number of doors all around. But above each of these doorways, you see numbers constantly shifting. First it says 5, then it says 13, then it's an N, and then it's a squiggly line, then it's a person running away from a fire, and then it's a 12. And it just keeps changing to random symbols, pictures, and numbers, but nothing is ever the same.
What's the lighting like in this room?
It's fairly well lit. There are some torches that are along the side. You notice they don't leave any burn marks on the walls, though.
Mirren kind of makes like an aside comment and says, "I can't believe I've been herded in here. Am I no better than my flock?"
Maybe. I mean, you did follow me.
Maybe you should have my job.
No, don't get yourself out now, dearie. So I'm looking around at all the numbers. Do any of them ever turn into leaves or flowers or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a few that do every now and then.
Okay. I want to, if I can, try to get one while it's some kind of natural thing.
All right, yeah, it pops up as this beautiful flower, and you just move your robin body as you're moving along.
Come along, everyone.
Who all follows?
I'll follow, sure.
Yeah. Crush will follow behind, saying, "Might as well run to our doom as walk."
Mirren just kind of watches to see what happens to everyone.
You watch as they all go right into this hallway. You watch as they start going up the stairs and disappear.
Fine, I guess I'll follow.
So you start going up the stairs, but you don't see them ahead of you. And everyone, roll me 1d8.
I got an 8.
We're rolling a 1d8?
1d8.
Okay. An 8.
I got a 2.
I got a 6.
A 2, a 6, an 8, and Josh, you also got an 8?
Yes.
All right. So we start off with our Robin that is leading the way. So Hyacinth, you are trudging up these stairs, and you are filled with vim and vigor as you smell what smells like dampness. It smells like something's a little bit wet. And you start fluttering down these stairs a little bit, using your wings to help keep balance. And you figure, well, there's a lot of things that grow in very damp environments, so this is still a win. And as you step down, you step into this water, just a very thin layer of water. And walking in, you are surrounded by different hyacinths. There is mirrors lining every part of this room. There are mirrors in the ceiling, mirrors on the floor, the walls. Some of them are weird warped mirrors. Some of them make you look very tiny, but there's mirrors everywhere in a very thin layer of water.
Delightful. Yeah, she's nonplussed. She's seen weirder stuff in weirder dungeons. So yeah, if there's water, she's definitely checking for any growing things. Being cautious, because lots of things live in the water. Wait, no, she's not. She's impulsive. It's in her,
Caution's
it's in her
to the
soul.
wind.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's just sloshing right in, checking for plants.
Roll me a luck.
Luck. That is 11 plus 4, which is a 15.
So you are moving through this water, looking around, and you find these very interesting mirrored mushrooms. Now, they appear to be made out of mirrored glass, but when you pick them up, they don't feel like that. They feel like mushrooms. They feel like spongy. And you're looking and you see your reflection perfectly in these things.
Fascinating. I definitely am collecting them.
So you're following along this trail of mushrooms, and you're picking them and moving along, and like you're bumping into mirrors every now and then, but not paying them much mind. And you make it to one batch of mushrooms, and as you pick up a couple of them, you find a severed hand. And it was underneath these mushrooms.
What? I double check to make sure it's not just a weirder mushroom.
You pick it up, you kind of move it a little bit, and it flexes as you're holding it.
That is mightily strange. What kind of hand?
It looks like an orcish hand.
Oh. Who left you down here? Does it have any like rings or insignia or anything?
Roll a luck.
That is a 6 plus 4, which is 10. I may have put a lot of points in luck. So yeah.
So you're looking at this hand and you don't see any rings, but you do see there's a tattoo on the palm of the hand. And it's this tattoo of this black raven with a shield for its chest. And you know that's a symbol of a group known as the Wardens. So they're a group that goes around protecting and helping keep basically monster levels to an okay level.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this adventure will be watching this back, and I put that in my bag too.
Perfect. So you start going and picking up more mushrooms as your bag begins rustling. We go over to the two who got an 8. So, we have Crush and Inkwell. You two are walking, and every so often you chat a little bit, and you look back, and Hyacinth is gone.
Where'd the Robin lady go?
How were the what? Oh shoot! Where did they go? Where'd she go? Where'd they go?
I don't
What
know.
did you lose them? How can you lose them?
This place is weird, man. I don't know. One minute you're here, next minute you're there. You know.
I mean, that's kind of how walking works, isn't it?
You got a point. You do got a point.
So you two are walking along, and it starts getting a lot hotter. You find the stairs are going down, then up, then down, then up, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. You haven't really turned in quite some time. You would be way outside of the tower if this was following any kind of architectural logic. But when you get to this one open doorway, you see there's a bright orange glow that is emanating from it, and quite the bit of heat.
Now, look, I don't know how much crafting you've done in your time, but this is not up to code. This kind of heat source going on. You know, this in this enclosed space. This isn't safe at all. Yeah, not up to code at all.
I didn't know there were code. You might come into my kennel after this, because I want to make sure it's up to code. Oh.
You know what? If we get out of here, probably. Yeah. Why not?
So what do you want to do? You want to go backwards? Because I don't really feel going to the big orange glowing of heat will be good.
No, I mean, we should definitely check it out. I mean, if it's not up to code, we should at least figure out how to turn it off or something, because, we can't just let this stay here for someone else to get injured by.
I mean, sure thing. I do got a hammer that they gave me, so we can fix anything with that, right? and Inkwell starts marching along.
So the two of you march up, and you go through this doorway. You see this room is completely molten gold. There's bubbling and broiling and just like moving like rivers, this whole room. And it goes quite a ways across, like at least like 60, 70 feet. There are small platforms dotted here and there that you could probably jump to if you felt like it. And at the very center of this room is a large mirror, a large standing mirror.
About how far is it from us? Like, how many
probably
little
halfway.
platform jumps?
So you probably have to jump on like 5 or 6 of the platforms.
Well, code inspectors first. Pointing over to Crush the jumps.
Sure. I'll show you how this is done. Yeah, we used to do this kind of stuff all the time in the crystal halls. Why not? Yeah. I'd like to jump across some platforms and try and look at this mirror.
All right, roll me a might.
Okay. 11 plus 3, 14.
So you jump and leap, and you get onto the first platform, and it's fairly stable. And you jump onto the second one, and once again, fairly stable. You're feeling pretty confident. You're like, this is going to be no problem. You are looking around, and like you're getting ready to jump to your next one. Inkwell, you watch as behind Crush, there are 2 serpentine-like creatures that come out of the molten gold and go back into it, and they're right around Crush's platform.
Hey buddy, you might want to jump faster. There's I think waves coming for you.
Okay, that's definitely not up to code. What is going on in here?
All right, what would you like to do, Crush?
I'm gonna keep jumping.
Are you doing anything, Inkwell?
Yes, Inkwell, being, the cool robot they are, is going to quickly jump to platform to catch up, not caring if they're more worried about their footing, more so like taking leaps of faith, because they do not have much like faith in anything else. And they're just like, go fast.
All right, both of you roll me might.
Okay.
And Crush, roll me a luck as well.
Okay, so that was a 10 plus 3 for the might. And 6 for luck.
All right. And what did you get, Inkwell?
I rolled a 1 plus 2, so a 3 total.
All right, we'll start off with Crush. Crush, you leap, and it's a great leap. You're like, this is just like the rest. I'm gonna nail this. I don't care about any stupid waves. As this serpent leaps out of this liquid gold, this shimmering scales of this beast like just reflect the light that's coming off of it, and it bites down on your leg. Because your jump was so good, you managed to land on the platform. But this serpent, it looks like it's probably at least like 6 or 7 feet long. And its teeth are in your leg. And it's real hot. So you are taking 1 point of damage at the moment while it's biting you. And as you're looking down at the serpent, trying to get it away, you look up as you see Inkwell make the worst jump in the world. Inkwell stands not up to like near the ledge, like too far away for them to go like, oh, this is good. But Inkwell's really focused on that footing, like I just gotta make sure I do this jump right. And jumps, and then you're watching like, no. And Inkwell, you are splashing into this molten gold. Thankfully, you are made out of steel yourself, but it is not great for you to be in there. You take 1 point of harm while you are splashing in this molten gold, and you are feeling yourself get, in a way, heavier, in a way lighter, as your backpack isn't faring well. And we'll leave you two to your fun times, and we'll go over to Mirren. So, Mirren, I believe you said you got a 6, right?
That's correct.
So you are walking along, and you start hearing this sound of dripping, like as if it was a cave system. You're trudging along, and the carpet that's lining these stairs starts to get a little bit damp. This whole time you've been going, you haven't seen any of the other adventurers at all. So you're not entirely sure where everyone went. But you keep trudging on. You get into this area as this doorway opens up, and you see where you're standing is like almost a bit of a cliff face, and then there is this massive, absolutely massive spider web that goes all the way across, and you see this wooden doorway on the other side.
Can I see if there's like floor or anything by the doorway?
Yeah, roll me a mind as you're taking a look at your surroundings.
Yeah, that's a 2.
You know what? Honestly, you take a look over this, you give it the quickest cursory look, as you're like, well, it seems alright. And you're pretty sure you see floor. And the webbing itself seems pretty stable.
So Mirren just kind of shrugs and goes, well, may as well give it the old college try and see what's on that other side of that door. And he's going to try to cast a teleportation spell to get over there.
I love it. Roll that magic.
Oh my god. I rolled a 12 and I have a +4. It's 16.
Nice. So you look at the other side of there and you're like, sweet. And you're just going to teleport like right over to the door, right?
Like right beside the door, yeah.
So you teleport. And it's a quick blast of magic as you feel your whole body shift, and you shake your head for a second, disoriented. You hear from above you, what the shit? You feel like there's this stuff that's starting to drip down like on your shoulders, and you look down and you are on a pressure plate. You haven't stepped off it yet, but you see that you are on one.
Is the door open or is it still closed?
It's closed, but it looks like a simple wooden door. Like, just pull the handle open. You're right beside it.
Before I actually touch the handle, I'm going to kind of like look back without stepping off the plate and see if like anything looks different.
You look behind you and you see that massive web. You roll me a mind to see if you see everything else that is hidden away.
It's another 2.
You just see that web, and the stuff is dripping down on your shoulders, and it's a little bit annoying, but other than that, it's just webbing.
Well, I'm tired of stuff dripping on me, so gonna just go through this door. I don't know who was talking earlier, but see you later.
Oh, fuck, roll me a luck.
That's a 9.
All right, not too bad. So you go to open up the door. And you do. The door opens up just fine. This massive, like, spider leg comes crashing down, and you step out of the way of it. You manage to avoid it. It doesn't hurt you at all. But the pressure plate clicks, and you look up, and these darts fly out from the side. And most of them miss you, but one of them hits you in your side. Make me a might check, and take 1 point of harm.
A 6.
It hits you in the side, and then that area feels numb. Kind of like as if you went to the dentist and your mouth was going numb. So it just feels like that. But the thing's in there, and you look up because this giant spider leg came down crashing into there, and you see this massive spider.
How dare you bring your filthy arcane magics in here? You're supposed to be my meal. I was promised a meal.
How are you going to call me filthy when you've been dripping on me this entire time?
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so... No, wait.
All right, so what do you want to do?
Does the spider seem like very threatening? Like it's about to pounce?
You look up, it looks like it's probably about like 20 feet big. It does look like it wants to eat you. Glowing red eyes.
Yeah, that's going to be a nope for me, dog. And I'm going to cast like a fireball at it.
Nice. Roll that magic.
That's a 10.
So you hold out your hand, and this flame shoots out. And being a shepherd, you got skills in magic, because that's just how things work here. This fire erupts, hitting into the spider. The spider shrieks. Some of the flames even go off, and they hit into the webbing, lighting the webbing very quickly. You watch as the flames just trail along, and you hear other tiny little shrieks as there are other little spiders. And now this spider that's on fire is starting to come down towards you. Roll me a luck.
It's a 4.
Oh, no. You are diving to get through the door. You do get through the door, which is great. But this spider leg comes and slashes across your back. And not only does it hurt because a giant spider leg slashed across your back, but also burns. So you're taking 2 points of harm as you feel this right across your back. But you do stumble through the doorway. And we'll leave you there as we go back to someone with a hand in their bag. So, Hyacinth, you are marching along, picking up mushrooms. Roll me another luck.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That is another 16. It's a 12 plus 4.
So you're finding other weird plants. There are like twisted, weird growing plants. You start coming across these other plants that have your face on them. They're like little U's. And it's like it's just mirroring your face onto the plant. And they're chirping and like kind of singing along. You find like a whole group of them in this mirrored area. And it's been kind of hard. You've been like really using your wings like stretched out to see what's what as you're going through this mirrored area. You've run into a few walls, but you know what? That happened when you even weren't in a mirrored area, so you're not super surprised.
Yeah.
But right now, you are surrounded by an entire garden of little U's.
I am enamored. How delightful!
How delightful! They all cheer.
Oh, I pick a whole bunch of them and make a little bouquet of me.
You're picking these flowers and you're putting them like into this bouquet, and as you look down, you see an arm, missing a hand, and missing a body.
Oh.
It seems to be of Orcish descent.
Oh, that looks familiar. I will. It does. I will reach into my bag and get the hand.
Yeah,
in there.
you get the hand, and it's kind of like moving around a little bit now, like as if it's gaining circulation again.
Okay. I kind of put the hand and the arm together, see if they do anything.
You put this hand down at the arm and you watch as almost an invisible thread, just barely catching the light, slowly stitches the hand back onto the arm. And now
There we go.
it gives you a thumbs up as it's kind of trying to prop itself and pull itself forward.
Oh, here we go, dearie. And I'll hoist the arm. And I'll say, let's find the rest of you.
So after giving the arm a hand, you pick it up and march along. You have this fairly large arm. You're walking along. You're finding more strange flowers and like flora in this mirror room. And roll me another luck. And then roll me a mind.
That's an 11 for luck. And 10 for mind.
So you now find this area where there are these bushes. And on these bushes, it's growing tiny little versions of you. You could just pluck them. And they're almost like little berries. You can squeeze them. And they're all just, oh, hello, hello, as you're picking them. And you look back and you see the arm is ruffling around in your backpack.
Hey now there, what do you need in there? I'll pull the arm out.
You pull the arm out and it comes with a small hammer. It gives you like a thumbs up while holding the hammer.
Yes, I don't quite think you need that. I'll try to take the hammer away.
Roll me a might.
Oh no. Ooh, that's an 8.
So you are trying to take this hammer away. The hand's pulling the hammer. You're fighting a single arm, which is weird because there's no real like thing that you can use for leverage. It's just trying to get something to let go. And you finally pull the hammer away from the hand successfully and smash a mirror behind you.
Oh.
You hear, oh no, oh no, oh no. As all these tiny versions of you are all chiming in watching this.
Oh no, that might be some bad luck, won't it?
You look at your wing, your left wing, and you see cracks all along it. Oh no! Bad luck!
Yes, I kind of... What's the arm doing?
The best way... I don't know if you could tell that an arm is sulking, but this arm is
Dejected.
sulking. Yeah, it's just kind of like dragging itself slowly along, like whatever, just kind of flopping over.
Okay, and I'm like... All right, that probably had something to do with the mirror. All right now, little arm. You can have a hammer later. I don't think you need one now. So let's chin up and keep going, and I'll scoop it back up like a bad cat.
So you scoop this arm back up, and your left arm feels weak as you're trying to hold it up, and you see the cracks are all along the wing. And as you're marching along with this arm and leaving this broken mirror behind you, you're watching as tiny little we can see tiny little versions of you are crawling out of these broken mirror pieces. And we go over to our two favorite, the Flora's Lava Champions 2021, back in the bubbling room. So you two are not having what we would normally refer to as a good time. There is molten gold. Inkwell, you are in said molten gold, and Crush, you have a molten gold snake serpent thing biting into your leg as you're trying to pull it off. I need a might check from Crush, and depending on how you want to get out, Inkwell, let me know what you're going to be using for your stats.
Let's see. I'm in the molten gold,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a snake in it, right?
A couple.
Or partially in it? A couple.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you saw a couple like were weaving in and out, and only one right now is latched on to Crush. You currently can't see the others.
Well, in my time of making sure, well, the animals are out in the kennel having fun dealing with snakes, and like these might just be really big snakes, but you know, if you like hug a snake hard enough, you can make it fall asleep, and then control its body, because that's how snakes work. So I'm going to try to swim and grab the nearest snake to help me get out, essentially.
I don't even know what you roll for.
I don't even know what I roll for
Luck?
that. Sure, yeah. Let's roll luck.
Let's
see if I'm lucky
works.
enough for this crazy thing to work.
Yeah.
Let's go. So that would be okay, 12 plus 5.
Wow.
So 17. I got a 1 and now I got a 12.
So you find this one snake, and like you're swimming, and it's more of you is burning out. So you take another point of harm as you grab onto this snake and you start hugging. You initiate your hug protocol. You're holding onto it, and this snake is trying to fight away. It's like, no, not hug. As it's trying to move away from you.
It's never felt such a warm, loving embrace.
Yeah, and you don't know why that you have this random one text file in your program that has information on molten lava snakes, and so you're hugging onto this snake, and it's starting to go limp, and but you are also going down as you're hugging this snake, trying to keep yourself out of the lava. You do feel your backpack has pretty much come loose behind you. While you're giving that snake a robot hug, we go over to Crush. Crush, there's a snake on your leg. What are you gonna do?
There's a snake in my boot.
I was thinking that the whole time.
Fair play.
No, I rolled very poorly. I rolled a 4 plus 3, so 7 total, but not great. So the way Crush is trying to get this thing off of him is he's pulled out one of the other items that he brought into the tower with him, which is a crystal walking stick that he uses while he's out on the adventure trail, and he's just hitting it over the head where it's bit him, trying to get out of here.
So you keep hitting this snake, and eventually this snake is letting go, but not before you feel just fire run through your veins. Roll me a might.
12, 9 plus 3.
So you know what you're seeing is probably a hallucination. But you start you kick away this snake, and you take another point of harm as it's just ripping out, and you see all these eyeless fish are swimming around you in the air. There's tons of them. You never saw them before, but now that your leg is on fire, suddenly they're all there. But you're fairly certain, because you did well enough on might, and your body's kind of like fighting back on whatever's trying to infect it. You're fairly certain this is just some sort of weird side effect. And you're not certain if it's real or not, but you do see Inkwell hugging a snake in the lava.
That is not following safety protocols, my friend. Not at all.
It's not? Oh, shoot.
Inkwell, you have control of this snake to a degree. What was your plan while you're out in this molten gold?
My plan was to see if the snakes would really float when they're unconscious. But if they're going down if I'm being dragged down with them, that's not working out well.
Well, I think the problem with this is the buoyancy of the snake, and the fact that you are a completely metal robot is they're counteracting one another. But you do feel like if you kind of twist this way and twist that way, you can kind of make this snake wriggle and move. You can kind of probably swim with that snake.
Yeah. So then, and you said that my bag is coming loose.
Yeah, your backpack is pretty rough. You might be able to salvage 1 or 2 items if you quickly grab them now.
Then I'll definitely grab my bag, as it has a very important personal item in there that I will not lose.
Okay.
So I will do that rather than try to get the snake to move.
So you're kind of like trying to
recover that item.
Hold the remnants of this bag like above your head. You are still in molten gold.
No, I'm still. I will use. So I'm a robot.
Yeah.
Do I have like, I don't know, like jet boots or something, or like an exhaust on my feet to help maybe push me so I can not use my arms, but I can just solely use my legs to try to,
in
not only
place,
push me but the snake as well, I guess.
A little propeller.
Yeah,
like a propeller.
In place of magic, we can say that's kind of like all your cool, sweet robot bits that we don't know if you have or not. You're just kind of trying to test the system.
I don't even know if I got it. I got a 0 in magic, so who knows? I don't know what I got.
If you want, you can roll me that, or you could try rolling a might to just swim regularly.
You know what? I think it'll be more fun to try magic.
Yeah, I knew that was where you were gonna go.
4.
So you're like, I think I have jetpack boots, and you're kind of clicking your heels like, come on, and you're looking in there.
There's no place like propeller boots.
And then it turns out you do. But you've been trying so hard to activate them, you just put all the settings to max. And you're like, no. And so, Crush, you're sitting there, there's all these like dead, eyeless fish that are swimming around you, and suddenly this robot rips out of the molten gold, goes flying to the other side of the wall, clangs into it, holding on to their backpack for dear life, the remnants of. You do take another point of harm, but at the moment you are like flying around this room.
Okay. Ooh, I'm getting low.
Crush, what are you doing while you're kind of laying there?
I'm just gonna yell, you're lucky Crystal Hall OSHA isn't here. They'd be real upset. And
I don't know what that is.
And then I'm gonna keep trying to make limp my way towards this this mirror that I think was originally our target in this room.
Roll me a might, and Inkwell, roll me either a mind or a magic to try to control this.
That was a 6.
I will try. Let's do magic still.
You're going back to the +0. Let's go with that one.
I mean, it's either a 1 or a 0.
That's fair.
Xander, live your robot life on the edge.
I got.
You get a 1.
I got a 1.
All right.
Oh no!
Inkwell.
I'm really good at magic.
Inkwell, you just keep going out of control. You're banging into everything. You're bouncing around. Out of the mirror comes this gnarled old hand. Long nails. A bit of like a tattered black robes hanging off of this thin arm. And it reaches out, and Inkwell, you are flying fast. And it grabs you with surprising strength. And as a result, you hit down onto the ground, and you got a 1. How much HP do you have left?
I have 5 currently.
You have 5 HP in total?
Yes,
remaining?
5 total.
Okay. Yeah. So you hit down onto the ground. You take another point as this hand, like your legs are still going. So you're like going uncontrolled, like moving around. You're holding on its backpack. This thing has you on the chest piece and is dragging you in. And you hear, "This will do nicely." as it's pulling you in. And Crush, you see this, and you're kind of blinking, like trying to move these fish to see what's going on over there.
I bite it.
And you start running, and that same fucking snake is leaping out of there, and you're like, I'm ready for you this time. But it's hitting right into you, and it's knocking you off of the ledge of this. So Crush, you are taking 2 points of damage as you're splashing into this molten metal, becoming more like the dwarves of Mons Regnum at this moment in time. But while you are flailing in this burning metal, and this snake is viciously attacking you, and Inkwell is being dragged through this mirror by a strange old gnarled hand, we go over to our shepherd. So, Mirren, you are standing in this hallway. Your back is bloody. Your side is more numb now, which kind of is helping your back a little bit. A little bit of that back wound is going numb. Win-win? I don't know.
So I'm just in a hallway right now.
Yeah, you see the doorway there's that you came through. There is a flaming giant spider on the other side of it, and it does look like it's trying to gear up to shoot a giant spider leg through the doorway.
Did I leave the door open?
It is still open at the moment. The door opened inward, so it's currently like in the room with the spider, the door.
Okay, as soon as I clear the doorway, I'm gonna slam the door shut and then just continue walking.
All right, so you slam that door, and you are now just in this hall, and there are torches leading the way, and you're looking around, and there doesn't seem to be anything other than your blood on the ground onto the carpet. Doesn't seem to be anything that's really showing you anything of note. But go ahead and roll me a d8.
I got an 8.
Rad. So you are marching along, and you start hearing this splash and scream and just clang, 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 as there is a robot just smashing around the room. But you show up as there is Crush in the lava, just screaming, and there's a giant serpent trying to bite him. And you see Inkwell's legs have rockets, and they're firing these blasts out while this hand is dragging Inkwell into this mirror.
So I'm gonna just try to use a gust of wind sort of spell. Just blow Inkwell away from the mirror.
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, where did my D12 go? I lost it. There it is. That is a 9.
9. So, you blast this wind out, and it goes across, and for a second it kind of creates a little bit of a skin over the molten gold as you cool it a little bit before it just bubbles back over. And you feel this refreshing breeze go past you, Crush, as you are in this molten gold, and you're fighting the snake, and the snake just for a second is distracted, and then it hits right into Inkwell. And Inkwell, it hits you at just the right time. Your rocket boosters pick up, and you rip away from this hand as they go, no! As they're reaching out and clawing towards where you are. Now they're up to their elbows out. And you once more are the ping pong ball that you've always meant to be as you go flying, smashing into more walls.
I think I would like to turn off my propellers.
Roll that magic.
Please don't be low again. Okay, that's an 11.
11. So you turn them off,
0.
and you land on a platform. As there are so many dents in you, as you just sort of settle down, and your legs You can see like your UI is showing that there's so much damage done to your feet, and there are many dents, but it doesn't seem like your system's about to shut down anytime soon. Crush, what's your plan of action? You have a snake and you are melting.
Wait, like literally melting?
Yeah. So like if you put someone in lava, it's not good for the human body.
Right.
Dwarves are pretty resilient creatures. I'll give them that. Still not ideal.
Right. I'm gonna try and cast a levitate spell to get out of this thing.
Okay, yeah.
Not very good with magic, but you know, I've learned a couple things from
Maybe the dice will be kind.
Bob the Wizard. The dice were not kind. I got another 6.
Oh god. Oh, are we frozen? Oh. 1 second, everyone.
On the stream?
Are we?
No, stream looks fine to me.
Are we frozen on
We're
other
fine.
people's streams? Message in the chat if we're currently frozen.
Are we frozen?
Or not.
No, I think we're good because I'm watching the stream currently.
Okay,
I
so
don't
it
Yeah,
is
it looks good.
just my spouse's phone. All right. Thank you for letting me know anyways, though. I appreciate it. All right. So, Crush. Dearest Crush. What is your HP at the moment?
Not great.
Oh no!
I
I'll
think.
make sure to
Oh,
save you, my friends.
I'm currently at 4.
Okay. Well, the good news is you're still alive. The bad news is, what is the opposite of levitate? You're going to be sinking like a stone. So you're like, huh! And the snake did not expect this. I'll give you that. The snake is just as surprised as you are, as you just dunk. And
Maybe
you
there's
go
a pocket of air in there. This might be fine.
you go right under, and you feel yourself just like sail down. You hit the ground with a lot of force, and you watch as cracks, or I guess you don't really watch. You probably want to have your eyes closed at this moment. Let's say you feel through the shock waves and tremors. The ground underneath you cracks quite hard. So you are at 2 hit points at the moment, Crush. And if you make it out of this, you will be the first fully gold dwarf that there's ever been in La Realta. Mirren, you are in this bubble room. It's not going good. You're okay. I mean, for the most part, your back's numb, your side's numb, but it doesn't hurt anymore. You don't feel any pain from your wound.
So Mirren's just like watching as Crush just sinks to the bottom. It goes, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And I guess he's going to try to pull Crush out with like a levitate type spell sort of thing. He's just casting spells nonstop here.
All right, you're just blasting. All right.
So I started blasting.
You can cast this spell, and you get a +1.
Shit, I might have needed that. This is 9.
All right. So, Inkwell, you stand up and you brush yourself off, and you see you see Mirren, the shepherd that you've met earlier today, and they hold their hands out, and this energy is rippling around them, and you watch sticking out of Mirren's back is this large shadow, and it's like this humanoid shadow, and they're like growing as you're watching. Like Mirren is kind of hunched over a little bit, and Mirren, you're holding out your hand and clenching, and this orb of molten gold comes up, and you pull Crush, the snake, and some lava out. So you have successfully levitated him above, but you didn't really know where Crush was. So you're just kind of like general area, and you lifted it up. And Crush, it still burns so much in there. It's the bad situation. And the snake is freaking out hard, like, what is this? I did not sign up for this. They said free meals. This is bullshit. Inkwell, what do you want to do? You see this molten orb floating, and you do every so often see Crush and a snake.
Okay. So, how many items remain in my bag?
You have 2 items.
I have 2 items. Okay. Then, and we had 2 personal items, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna have. So my 2 items that I'm gonna keep are my metallic playing cards and
Nice.
my mysterious jade token.
Okay.
So I'm going to do something super great. So good. It's going to be the best idea I've ever had.
I like it. That's the kind of idea I want to hear. The best one.
I'm going to quickly take all my metallic playing cards, line them up over the lava so that way they can like kind of melt and fuse together. So I have like a long metal stick of cards.
Like it.
And then run as close as I can to the thing and put the stick in there for them to grab so we can pull them out.
Okay. We're rolling a few things here. First of all, I say roll mind as you're saying this up. Then I
Okay.
want might as you're leaping across to get there.
Okay, so that's a 9 for the first one.
Okay. Then
So
might.
8 plus 1.
All right.
And then might. 6 plus 2, so 8.
Okay. And then you finally make it to the platform. I'd say roll another might as you're pulling them out.
Okay, come on. 9 plus 2, so 11.
All right. So what happens is you set your playing cards out. You dunk your hand
Kill him.
in there and you pull it out. And you have this weird playing card, almost sword-esque thing. And you pull it out. And it looks like it'll hold for one thing, which is all you need. And you start leaping. One of the snakes comes up and it's mad because you hugged its brethren and it's super pissed. This snake jumps
Wants a hug
up.
too?
Yeah. And it tries to like bite down on you. You manage to kind of dislodge it, but you do take a point of harm as you do get hurt from this snake. You leap across the remaining one as you hold out this stick of cards, and it grabs onto this. And as we all know, with card playing games, it's serious business. You can solve crimes and murder with this. This creature grabs onto it with a firm, steady grip. You yank back with all of your might as this hag rolls through the mirror and rolls onto her feet, kind of like a whoa kind of moment. And she looks up at you. You little shit. You will be my cauldron. And we will go from the bad situation over to the okay situation. Going on with Hyacinth. So Hyacinth, you are trudging along. You things are going all right, and you're picking up more and more weirder and weirder things as you are sort of just trudging along this mirrored area. You do see an exit out of here. It's taken you some time, but you finally see one, and you have so many weird, awesome plans about you. It's all geared towards you.
Mm-hmm.
The thing in front of in front of this exit is there is a body wandering around. It's missing a head, and it's missing an arm, and it keeps bumping into mirrors and stumbling around. Oh no! You hear from your bundle of flowers.
Okay. I'm bored of these flowers now, though, so I went out of here. I know you said my arm is weak, or my wing is weak. Is there any way I could flutter over the body closer to the door?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a might.
Okay. I'm going to try to do that. Do some fluttering. Oh, nice. That is a 13.
So you see this body and you're like, well, no, as you just flutter up and this body is bumping into things, grabbing things. The arm is going wild as you're holding on to it. And so you have an option. You can land near the body, in between the body and the door, and still have the arm, or you can let go of the arm and make it to the door.
Yeah, I was going to just drop the arm and be like, there you go.
Okay, so you kind of like just drop this arm down onto the bodies. You're fluttering away. You make it to the door, and this you see once again the thread stitches the arm back onto the body as it's clenching its hands. It holds its hands up, and both of them have the symbol of the warden. As you watch the symbol slowly change into eyeballs, these eyes open up on the hands as it holds them forward, and they both look at you.
Okay. Feeling better?
It starts walking towards you. Gives you 2 thumbs up, and then opens its hands again.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep going. You're welcome to do whatever you want. And I'm going to go through the door.
Give me that D8. That'd be great if you rolled an 8.
What am I rolling?
1d8.
Oh, a D8. Oh, okay. D8. That's a 7.
All
It's
right.
not an 8. Sorry, team.
7.
It's all good. You don't want to be in this room.
Yeah, you don't.
There's a lot going on in there.
So you are trudging forward. You are leaving that behind you. As you are just moving out of there, you can hear whatever it is. It's following you up these stairs. And you also keep hearing, oh no, oh, oh, behind you though, further behind you, not just the stuff you're carrying. That stuff is having its own like comment section while you're carrying it. But there is also that behind you. And this, you can hear just the movement of a lot of things that are following you up these stairs. You open up the door into this room, and you see the room has all this, what at one time were piles of gold, but have been melted into like single mounds of gold from probably some really quick heat source that just was like a flashbang. You see there's the burned shadow of an individual, a very small individual on the opposite door. In the center of this room, there is a pedestal with a goblet that is overflowing with liquid.
I completely ignore it and go around it.
Okay. So you are walking. You hear whatever it is enter the same room as you. As you take a cursory glance as you're getting ready to open up the door. Roll me a mind.
And I am on fire. That's a 13.
Rad. So what you get to see is this being is coming in. They have their hands open, these 2 eyes, and they're making their way to the goblet. As you're watching, there is a swarm, and it's moving up almost like a wave, little versions of you. Oh, good heavens! Oh no! Oh, look at that! As they're all kind of like moving in this wave of their own, just sort of passing around this being that's moving. You see them going up to the cup. Are you sticking around to find out, or are you just...
This is weird. Yeah, I want to see what happens.
So you go and stand near the door just to watch.
Yeah,
like, what's
this
about
is
to
weird.
happen? You watch as this being, they have their hands open, their eyes, they make it to the goblet. They grab onto this goblet. Their stomach opens, this large mouth, and then these sharp teeth, this tongue wraps around the goblet as they let go, and it pours the liquid into its stomach. And you see this just being starts to twist and turn and snap. And so you're watching it start to grow. And you see the little waves of you are all starting to swirl around it as they're also going into the mouth of this thing, and it's starting to get very bloated.
All right, that's enough of that. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Peace.
So
this thing is just getting larger and larger. And as you open up this door, roll me another d8.
Okay. Now the D8. It's a 6.
So you hear from behind you,
Oh, good heavens. Oh, wait just one moment, dearie.
as you look back, and there's this being. These large arms are crawling itself forward. It's very bloated. You see little marks are moving under the skin as you just close that door and you are on your way out of there. You are running up these steps now. You see the cracks have formed up to about your shoulder. And so your left wing is very weak at the moment, but your right's fine.
Okay.
And you make it. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, while I'm hustling, because one of my items is my herbalist collection pack, and I want to pull out some echinacea and rub that on there because echinacea is for weakness. And I want to see if that makes me feel any better.
Roll me a mind.
Oh no, that's a 1, so that's a 2.
So you start rubbing in there, and you make it worse. You kind of widen the cracks. You start watching them form, and a couple of your fingers fall onto the ground, shattering. As you realize your whole left wing now is glass. You take 2 points of harm. As it's starting to solidify now.
Well, I'm sure that's fixable. Let's keep going.
You rush up these stairs and leaving whatever the hell it is behind you. You go through the next doorway, and it once more smells damp and musty. You're going through here. You're looking around, and it is very well lit because there's a massive burning spider web and a large flaming spider that is ripping a door off its hinges, but it can't get through the other side. And you can just hear from behind you.
Wait one moment, dearie. Almost there.
Okay. My wing is glass, so I can't fly. The web is on fire. It's a big angry spider. I want to can I cast invisibility on myself?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try to do that.
All right, roll that magic.
Okay. That is a 13.
So you suddenly go invisible as you step out of the way. This platform's not very big, maybe 10 feet across. You get to the very edge, like kind of plaster yourself with the wall, I imagine. You're trying to just be a little there. This bloated being pulls itself through the doorway, and it squishes. Like it can't move through there normally. As you hear this as it's like moving through, and little U's are like bursting out of parts of it.
Ew.
As it pulls itself forward onto this platform. It's taking up most of it. And it has its hands open as it's looking around with these eyes. This flaming spider turns around.
What the hell are you? Get out of my cave. Oh, I didn't see you there, dearie. Just one moment.
And roll me a luck.
Woo! Woo! That is a 10.
All right, Kaiju Battle. So
Yay!
you see this being just leap with frightening nimbleness as this bloated being just like leaps across, grabbing onto the walls, and this spider is moving along the walls, and it's just on fire, and they're just running into each other, just ripping apart at one another.
And from there, we'll leave you to devise your great escape as we go back to the 3 in the unfortunate situation room. So the floor is lava 2021. You 3 are in there. There's a molten orb that is holding Crush, and Crush has one final attempt to get out of there. There is a shepherd holding a molten orb up, and there is an automata confronted by a hag. What do you 3 want to do?
I got Crush out. I thought I put the stick in to pull.
Oh, were you getting Crush out of there? I thought you were pulling the hag out of the mirror. Okay.
No. I wanted to stick the thing into the ball of thing to pull Crush out.
All right. So retcon that, because that was my fault for not understanding that. Then that means that arm is still just sticking out of the mirror, and you have managed to pull Crush out. Crush looks crushed. Not good. Not good on every level. Crush is kind of hanging on. The snake is still in the orb of molten lava. So the 3 of you are there then. And what would you like to do?
You know, I know you've heard of the floor is lava, but this is called the dwarf is lava. This ain't good. Can I try? I'm gonna keep beating this magic thing to death till I die. Can I try and freeze the orb of molten lava?
Yeah,
Like
roll
an
magic.
ice spell. Why not? Okay, that's not terrible. 9 + 1, so that's a 10.
All right, that's good. So you reach out, and this orb cools as it freezes into one solid mass, freezing one of the snakes in there. And so you are holding up this solid ball of gold. I keep wanting to call you Kritok, Mirren, as you're holding onto this solid ball of gold, and this being starts pulling themselves out of the mirror. Now I reveal my hag. As they look over at the 3 of you.
Give me my cauldron.
And she reaches out, and this green tendril energy whips around the ankle of Inkwell. Inkwell, roll me a luck.
Okay, luck. T12. I hate this. I hate this so much. 1. Oh, +5, so 6.
Oh, no! Inkwell.
This online dice is rigged, I swear.
Someone could try to help you, maybe?
At the moment, they will be able to help Inkwell in a second. You smash down onto the ground, holding on to this token of yours that you're trying to hold on dearly. The card rod sword shatters onto the ground, and you start getting pulled towards the mirror. What are you 3 gonna do?
Does the hag thing appear to be attached to the mirror?
No.
Oh. Well, I'm just going to do it anyways. I'm going to go for the 7 years of bad luck. I'm just going to cast a shatter on the mirror.
It worked for Hyacinth. Let's see what happens for you.
That's an 11.
I'll take all the bad rolls for y'all.
You do successfully shatter the mirror. That was your goal. The 7 years of bad luck happened right away, though. As you...
Oh, no.
You shatter this mirror. This wave of energy ripples out. The hag looks surprised. She turns around while still pulling Inkwell. Turns around at this mirror and turns back.
What have you done?
And suddenly, all of you are in this darkened room. It's like this black purple haze is floating around each of you. You see, right in front of you, Crush, is an OSHA operator. They are staring in front of you. They shake their head.
It wasn't up to code. Your entire shop wasn't up to code. That's why it was shut down. What have you done, Crush?
And in front of you, Inkwell, what does that coin mean to Inkwell?
They've just had it since they've gained sentience. They don't know where it originated from. It's why it's mysterious for them.
Okay. You drop this coin while you're standing there, and you still see it. You watch it roll away from you. But while it's rolling away from you, you see in your UI, this little bit pops up, and it's saying that it's restoring you back to factory settings. As you're panicking. And Mirren, you're standing there apathetic as all hell. And just a few of your sheep come out, looking over you like,
Oh, you were never really a good shepherd.
I think you were kind of shit. But the worst part
smelled
of it,
like shit a lot of the time.
The worst part of it is you're going to be doing this for the rest of your days, and you won't have enough for retirement. The easy retirement you've wanted.
Sounds about par for the course.
So you just kind of like, well, I guess so.
I need everyone to make me a mind check.
Mind. Oh yeah, that's a 12.
8 + 1, 9.
All right.
2 + 2 is 4.
Crushed!
No.
Crush, no!
Crush, you are crushed by the news.
Don't worry, we can factory reset you too. You'll be
You-
getting better.
You fall to your knees hearing of your OSHA code violations. You realize that your shop's going to be shut down. These fish are starting to swarm around you in this almost tornado. As you're looking down at your burned hands. You'll never craft again with hands like these. It's all done. Everything's over. You close your eyes and hold out your arms. Let the tornado of fish go more and more and more. And all of you who are there, you start to see it as well. These fish, they start to eat bits of Crush as they're swirling around, taking bits off them little by little, until the only thing remaining of Crush is this dwarven skeleton who's holding out their arms, and they fall back into the magma.
Well, that's crushing.
That was pretty fucking sad. But what else is new?
Mirren, you're looking at these sheep and you've already confronted this part of yourself. You're aware that you're not great at being a shepherd, and you've just kind of come to terms with everything sucking, not having enough money for retirement because capitalism's the worst. And you just kind of have accepted this. And the sheep look at you, and as much as the sheep can, it shrugs and just starts flopping off. Inkwell, your desperation, you jump forward with that jade token. You snatch hold of it. You're holding onto it, and you're looking at this shiny reflective coating, and you watch as the percentage of your factory reset stops at 49%. The token drops out of your hand for a second as you're trying to shift. You watch it bump up to 50, and you grab the token again, and you're holding it.
I am the token.
Mirren, as you have seen past this, you see the hag moving ever closer to Inkwell.
Hey, why do you creep up on people like that?
Kind of in the job description.
That's in your job description?
I've said too much. And she holds out her hand and roll a magic. as you are getting ready to deflect whatever it is she's throwing your way.
That is a 9.
And you get a +2 as you hold out your hand. You watch as this shadow arm and hand go over your own as you're holding out, and it's much larger than yours. You look down at your arm and it's withered. It looks old as you kind of try to straighten your back a bit, but it feels heavy. And this large shadow being is coming out of your back and just like hovering over you, helping you cast your magic. Your magic builds up and fires back at the hag, sending her reeling backwards, letting go of Inkwell.
I thought you'd try to pull a fast one, hey?
Oh, what is that curse?
Hey, you're the biggest curse I see in this room right now.
And we will go back to Hyacinth. Hyacinth. So you, I believe, are watching the Kaiju Battle happen.
Mm-hmm.
These creatures are ripping each other apart. Pieces of this strange bloated monster are flying around. Tiny versions of you are spilling out everywhere. This flaming spider has 1 or 2 of its legs already ripped off.
Super weird. First thing I want to do, stealthily as possible, I'm going to try again, since the echinacea didn't work, I want to try Karangoda and Honey, which is for paralysis. So I'm going to try that instead on my glasswing.
Well, I mind.
Yeah, just smear some honey on it. Yeah, it's a 10.
10. So you're smearing this medication, and your arm can move. It's still glass, but it can move.
Okay. Could I fly with it?
You think so?
Okay. Well, the first thing I want to do is I take out a couple different plants and I'm going to put them all together. And it's mainly aloe vera and calendula and lavender and a bunch of different stuff. And I'm putting them into like a ball. And basically this is for to negate spider bites and to make you sleepy. And I want to basically launch it into the air over the fight and then blow it up with like a magic missile so that it'll rain down on them.
I like it. Roll me a might and a magic.
Okay.
Heroes of.
Come on. Come on. Might is a 9. Sort of worked. And magic is a 9. So
you hurl
mixed results.
this sphere of plants and goodness. It goes sailing over and you blast this blast out. When you were throwing it, you do get it to the spider, which is great because it's a 20-foot tall flaming spider and nobody wants that on their front lawn. But you blast it outward and suddenly you become visible. It hits all over this spider. It shrieks and curls up into this little spider ball. And by little, it's like still like 10 feet big. So it goes crashing down into this ravine. And the other creature holds out a hand, slowly turning it towards you. And it has this eyeball on it. And you can hear it suddenly say,
Oh, I found you, dearie.
Okay. And with that, I want to run and launch up and try to jump and fly over it and make it to the door.
okay, roll that might.
Right. That's a 6.
So it's hard to fly with a glass wing.
Yeah, it is.
You leap into the air. Your one wing works great. Bird's bones are hollow, which helps. But when your whole wing is made out of glass, you were trying to maybe rely on like using it for gliding or some kind of purpose to help you out and trying to compensate for it, but unfortunately, it did not work. and you go sailing down into this ravine.
Oh,
Roll me a luck.
okay. Luck. That is 12 plus 4, 16.
So the good news is you managed to avoid getting impaled, which is rad. The bad news is your glass wing completely shatters as you smash into the ground. And you just have this stump where your wing is. You take another 2 points of harm.
Ow.
And you can hear this creature. It's starting to climb down.
I'm on my way. I'm coming to pick the most interesting plant.
Okay. What's down here? Just spikes?
You see these large... Wait, come on, Lucas, remember. Remember, the heart of the card, stalactites or stalagmites. I think it's stalagmites. Is the
Stalag, because G on
ground.
the ground.
Yeah.
See, I just remembered the C was ceiling, so that's it's just went in reverse. So you see there are a lot of these stalagmites, and you do see the curled up form of the spider is impaled on a couple of them.
Ew.
You turn around, you're looking out here, and it's very, the shadows are long because the only light is from this burning spider.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a mind.
Mind. That is a 3.
Looks good. Everything looks clear. You do see a rope ladder at the other end.
Ooh.
It's maybe 40 or 50 feet away from you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hustle it over to the rope ladder.
Roll that luck.
Yeah, come on. 11.
So mouths start opening on these stalagmites
Ew.
as they start trying to bite towards you. And you're managing to dodge them. And you're getting over to the ladder. Roll me a might and a luck again.
Oh no. Ooh, it's 11 for might and a 14 for luck.
So you are climbing up this ladder with one wing, and it's tough. And this creature leaps towards where you are, smashing into the wall. You manage to push and swing, but you're coming back. And that creature, its stomach is opening up, and in its maw, you see many versions of yourself, but they're all starting to like melt together, like this horrific creature from Akira. And it's just, they're all like melding and sort of reaching out towards you, like, come towards us, dearie. That's all the little ones are saying inside of it.
Okay.
And its mouth is open. What do you want to do as you are swinging back?
I want to hold on to the rope ladder with my bird feet because
Okay.
I have those. And with my remaining arm, I'm going to pull out the biggest wad of raw ginger because that's for bloating. And I'm going to chunk it right in there.
All right. Roll a might and a luck.
Yes, okay. That is a 9 for might. God. Come on, luck. Yes, and a 14 for luck.
So you manage to hold on to the rope ladder and you throw this, and it goes right into the monster as it swallows it and starts looking disgusted. But unfortunately, you kind of let go with your arm, and when you're throwing this and you're going right down, you're still holding on with your feet, but you take another point of damage as you slam your head into the wall.
Ow.
And you're just kind of dragged towards it. Now this creature is inches away from you, and its mouth is making that weird wave as it doesn't like what's inside of it, and it gets ready to projectile vomit the weird melted versions of you all over you. What do you want to do? Remember, you can leave the tower.
Yeah, I was thinking it might be time for me to leave the tower. Oh, I don't see a way out of that. Unless. Is its mouth open still? Or
It's about to open its mouth when it throws up.
Okay. I don't think I can stop that. Yeah, I think it's time for me to leave the tower.
So you start thinking that you want to leave, and you suddenly, like, everything goes dark for you. We'll go back to the other two. Mirren, you are standing there in this weird purpley haze. You see the hag has been bounced back. The shadow is heavy on your back. It's weighing you down a bit. But you see a doorway swirling for you. Inkwell, you don't see this doorway, but you do see the hag get bounced back. And you look over at Mirren, and there's this massive humanoid shadow. It's probably closer now to 5 feet tall or so. And it's just like almost lunged over and like holding on to Mirren's shoulders. And you see Mirren's kind of weighed down a bit by it. And Mirren's looking a little gaunt.
Oh God. Ooh.
And
What's
Mirren,
it
from
do?
here on out, you get an additional +2 to your magic whenever you're using it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that the shadow is not a good thing.
It doesn't seem to be.
Am I able to walk?
Yeah, you can
in
get
this,
up.
like, darkness?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'll get up and I'll walk over to Mirren, and I'm gonna let's see. This is probably gonna be dumb, but let's do it.
Electroshock therapy?
Electro. I'm going to grab the shadow's arms and like try to lift it up. Be like, it's like that's not how you hug, and lift it up to oops, hit my mic. It's like that's not how you hug, and then I'll like if I can get it off, then I will do the second thing I was going to do. But I just want to see if I can get these arms off of my new buddy.
All right. Roll me a might.
Okay, let's roll might. 7 plus 2, so 9.
All right. So you are pulling and pulling this thing. Are you trying to pull it out of Mirren?
No, like you said, the hands are like on his shoulders, right? So I'm just trying to take the hands off of the shoulders.
Okay. So you're taking these hands off the shoulders, and Mirren, suddenly you feel very off balance as you feel like suddenly like almost like you have a very heavy backpack and now it's pulling you backwards.
Whoa, what gives?
It's like, oh, is this not? Is this normal? Because it doesn't seem good. I'm just trying to help, and I'm still like tugging.
Mirren like tries to fully turn around. I don't know what happens.
It's like you're dragging something behind you. You can do it, but it's hard.
What the hell? Why are you holding on to me?
I mean, I let go and I step back, be like, I'm not. It is pointing kind of, I guess, upward above his head since it's looming over, right? Of sorts.
Mirren just looks up. Is there anything there?
Roll me a mind.
Got an 11.
You can see a shadowy figure.
Is that attached to me?
From where you're standing, Inkwell, it is coming right out of Mirren's back. Out of a large gaping wound.
Yeah, looks like it's acting like a band-aid from your back.
Huh. That explains why I've been feeling so powerful lately.
Oh, what?
I don't know. I'm an elf. We cast spells, but like everything's been working really great today.
Cool. You think you can summon us a way out of here, Mr. Magic Man? Because
sure.
last time I did magic, I kind of flew around. I didn't much care for it.
Yeah, I mean, if we all want out, we kind of lost Hyacinth. Are we going to find them, or Are we just gonna go?
Oh yeah, we did lose Hyatt. I completely forgot. You think that they know about the snakes?
Mirren, roll me another magic. Remember, you get an additional +2.
So that is a 10.
So this blast of arcane energy comes your way, and you, without much thought, you just deflect it off to the side. Here.
What? What is this? Give me my cauldron.
Oh yeah, I kind of forget that you're trying to kill me or something. You're not very powerful, considering you're this ominous thing that came out of that mirror.
You see that she's a lot more hunched over now, and she looks like she's a lot older.
What are you doing to me? What is this?
I think you did it to yourself.
That's impossible. No.
And she's starting to move towards the two of you.
I'm just gonna fire like, what is it called? Is it like a frostbolt in 5e? Whatever. We'll say it's like a frostbolt. It doesn't really matter. At the hag.
Roll it.
That, oh my god, that's a 15.
You channel this magic. You fire it at this hag. This hag, she becomes completely frozen, falls forward, shattering. You pull your gnarled old hand back with long nails as you kind of flex it a bit. And you just feel this powerful magic flowing through you.
See, like, I normally would have never been able to do that, Inkwell.
I mean, that's really cool. Can you teach me how to do that? Like, not now. I really want to, get out of here. Kind of paint these dents a bit. Like, they're kind of cool. I might keep them. I might fix this one though. But like that one kind of looks like a dog.
Inkwell, looking at Mirren has aged rapidly. Mirren is hunched over, and the shadow is a little bit larger now, maybe a little over 6 feet. It's growing. And Mirren, you've never felt this good.
Buddy, you doing okay? Because you don't look great.
Well, I feel great. What do you see?
Here, let me show you. And I like kind of wipe my hand a bit to polish it, then show him like a reflection in my palm.
It kind of takes you back. You like step back for a second after seeing yourself. You look so old, Mirren. And this shadow is looming over you. These glowing green eyes are holding protectively onto your shoulders. And now you have a +3 to your magic.
So you're like one of those automata people, right? Do you have anything like this in your database? Can you check?
Sure. I can totally do that. And he puts like 2 fingers to his like temple, trying to like think really hard. Can I access some kind of database maybe?
Roll a mind. Let's see what you have on you.
Let's see. Okay. 6 + 1, 7.
It's some kind of curse. You don't know what though. But Mirren is looking a lot like the hag that just shattered.
Yeah, I'll be like, it's like, all I'm getting is a curse, but I'm gonna draw some conclusions that you're probably like that witch. I think we should get out of here. Can't we just like tap our shoes, being like no place like home?
I might just be able to do that right now. And Mirren's gonna try to cast like it's basically like a portal thing, just get out of the tower.
Okay, so you're gonna try to like almost. Is Mirren trying to like circumvent how the tower normally lets you out?
He's basically using a portal scroll, but with magic.
All right, roll me a magic.
That is a.
Why do I feel like using magic is bad?
That's a 13.
So this portal rips open. You feel the whole tower shaking. Dust is coming down, but the portal's holding steady. As you feel cracks start to crawl up on the grounds, the walls, the ceiling.
Mirren goes and sticks the not fucked up arm through just to see if there's death on the other side.
You reach your other arm out and you see it's also gnarled and old. But you can reach through this portal. You do see the other side of the portal is the outside of the tower.
I was just gonna walk on through.
You walk on through. What are you doing, Inkwell?
Are there any of the snakes around, or are they all gone?
Roll me a luck.
Oh,
Just gotta hug one more snake.
well, I mean, my goal is to bring all the the lost animals back. Let's see. So that's a 6 + 5, so 11.
Yeah, you find a snake.
All right. I'm going to grab one of the snakes and bring it with me.
All right,
through the portal.
Roll a might.
Oh, okay. 7 + 2, so 9.
So you grab onto the snake. It bites down on you, and you're just
It's fine.
kind
I
of
got a metal arm.
yeah. You take 1 point of harm as you're carrying this snake out.
Oh no.
And your systems, I imagine, are flashing a little red as there's
a little bit.
So you go out of the tower alongside Mirren. And as you two step through this portal, this shadow being is holding protectively onto Mirren. Mirren is completely aged, huddled over. Their shepherd cloak is draped over them. You are feeling so powerful, Mirren. You look over and watch as Hyacinth suddenly comes out of the doors of the tower, completely made out of glass. This robin, Plumerian, steps out, one wing gone, and is looking around, blinking. And Inkwell, you come out of there behind Mirren, and this snake has fused into where your arm should be. So it's almost like flesh meets machine,
arms.
and you have this snake arm, and it looks up at you and goes, "Shit." And that's where we call it. You made it out of the tower.
Made it out of the
Yay!
tower. Yay.
Congratulations.
I'm like Nintendo's Switch's ARMS game.
Hard.
Yeah.
I'm like a beautiful curio.
Hey, all Crush needs is a little animate dead, and he can start, dancing along.
Yeah.
This is true.
Wow.
So, did you all enjoy your time in the tower?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't expecting to make such a dumb character.
Inkwell's great. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's what
He
any
calls
GM
ridiculous,
who's
I love
given a
him.
minute, they're like, you have the chance to finally be a player. And you think a GM, after making all these stories, all these things, is finally all right, I have this hero that I want to play. And so we're like, all right, so I got Derpy. He's part dog, part watering can. And it's just I don't know. I think it's a symptom of being a DM for too long. And we just immediately
not
go
serious.
there.
Player, so I get to be the silly character.
Yeah, it's fun. Because you don't have to be so serious about worrying that your story has continuity. And you're doing this right NPC voice. But the fun part is you all get to create a new floor in this tower.
Yes.
So the lava room was the room that the previous group had created.
How
So
dare they?
right, now you get to create a room to force other people to go through.
Huh.
So we're just going to go around, and each of you can toss an idea my way, and we'll put it together into the room. You can make it as outlandish as you want, because, I mean, we even had a room where the floor was lava. So let's start with Jess. What would you like to add to this room?
I would like to add a room that is like the back of an antique store. Just so much stuff.
Mhm.
Just stuff. Like, not like a hoarder, not like gross, but just like so much stuff.
I like it. It could be filled with like weird items left behind by previous Dungeoneers.
Yeah.
Okay. Josh, what would you like to put in there?
Well, you'd think I would say something related to OSHA, but no. Instead, I would like a room where the gravity changes directions at random intervals.
Oh, random gravity shift.
So 1 minute you're walking on the ceiling, next minute you're headed towards that wall on the other end.
Do the items shift along with the gravity, or just the people?
Oh, total. Like anything not nailed down would
On everything
shift
not
around
nailed
and move.
down.
Some things are nailed down. That can be like a clue.
Yeah. Xander.
Let's see. Come back to me. I need a
Okay,
little bit more time
Jason.
thinking.
Okay, this is going to kind of synergize with Josh's. Periodically, it's just like the whole disco ball, disco everything stuff just comes on.
Random disco
And
moment.
Everyone like dances uncontrollably as though it's like the charm spell. So maybe they can
Yes.
All right, so we have a disco antique store with random shifting gravity. Xander, what do you want to put into this fun
I
house?
got it. It'll be a room that's very similar to like a cave. And in this cave will be a man with 3 random items that he'll sell you. The price will be something. I don't know. You can have fun with that. But to leave the room, you definitely have to buy one of the items. Or I don't know. But that's my thought.
I like it. I can give terrible things to the next group, and they will have to buy my terrible items. And who knows? Maybe it'll cost an arm and a leg.
Who knows? You could probably just sell your fate to them.
Oh, speaking of fate.
Where are fates?
All right, so Crush, as you guessed, I imagine it was the swirling vortex. Well, actually, it was just schools of eyeless dead fish that you discover. I thought, what better way to really embrace a school of dead eyeless fish than having a fishnado?
I love it.
Jess,
Very good.
what you had with Hyacinth was mimics for days. So everything was turning into a mimic, whether it was happy mimics or bad mimics.
Okay.
Mirren, you had a shadow creature that slowly consumed your life. That was the curse you gained, and so it found that way into you through your wound. And Inkwell, you were to become witch's furniture. So this witch wanted you to be their cauldron. And imagine if that happened to a normal flesh person. That's terrible what you were going to become.
Bad.
But yeah.
I
Skin
was
chair or
half thinking,
something.
like, should I quickly just go gadget cauldron form and see what happens?
She would have been stoked. She would just picked you up
Loved
and she's
it.
like, off I go. Just like,
It's like
leave
off
with
I go,
you.
and then that's when I transform back and do a do a stab. Like, tricked you. You
Be
thought
like-
you were cooking good soup?
And it'd be
Bad
like
soup.
Kirby, where they just bring everything into them and then just blow up. But thank you all for coming by and
Yes.
experiencing the Lost Tower of Ambrosia. If you want to go through the Lost Tower yourselves, you can head on over to balladofthesevenddice.com, and we have Lost Tower on the menu and a sign-up link. All you need is a microphone and internet connection and webcam, and you can hop on. So head on over to balladofthesevenddice.com and check that out. But before we end it, let's go around the table. Any kind of like where we can find you, anything you want to plug, anything like that. I have been your GM Lucas. I run the Ballad of the Seven Dice, so we have our Ballad of the Seven Dice podcast, which is about a group of adventurers that have been gathered across the multiverse to fight in a war that is consuming all of reality. So they've been drafted in it. It is heavy body horror, monsters, weird stuff, fully edited. So check that out, Ballad of Seven Dice. And we also have tomorrow, Rise of Nyarlathotep Season 2 is starting up tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. CST. Go on to our website tomorrow and we will have a full Season 1 recap for you. If you want to catch up and listen, it'll be an audio recap that you can just hop on. So check that out. And yeah, that's oh, also, you want some sweet Ballad of the Seven Dice merch? We got shirts for everything. Right now, I am wearing this Ballad of the Seven Dice shirt. If it gets
So cool.
So it is of
cool.
some of the
Look at
characters
that.
from the
Fashion.
podcast. And this one is in
That's
rainbow.
some good drip.
And we have all sorts of ones, though. So check out at our website. There's a store button. So click that and it'll take you over to our Threadless store where we have all sorts of designs that you can look through. Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. I have a Twitter now. It's art_fantastical. There's nothing on it yet. But I also have my art Instagram where everything is, which is also art_fantastical. I play Glyph, the automata rogue who does not like having emotions on Rise of Nyarlathotep, which Season 2 starting tomorrow. So I hope to see you all there, because if you thought this was weird, yeah, it's weird. There's a lot. Lucas comes up with a lot of fun horror and just a lot of good stuff. So I don't have anything other to really plug other than our Ballad of the Seven Dice Patreon, where, again, if you like what we're doing here, there's like hours and hours and hours of extra stuff, extra audio goodies. There's lore, there's NPC stories, there's a 5-part mystery. It's all really good. Lucas works hard on it, and for just a couple dollars, all of that can be yours. So hop on over to our Patreon and come on back tomorrow for Season 2.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Josh.
Yeah, so I am currently a player in my actual play podcast, and that's a lot of fun. We actually had Ian from the Rise campaign run our last season, which was full of just wonderful wrestling shenanigans. And yeah, find me over there. We just started up our newest season, which is our evil campaign, and I am playing a ridiculous character who's not at all evil, just foolish. So yeah, come check it out.
Awesome. Xander.
Hey, just so you know, I think the stream froze at the start of what Josh was saying.
Oh no.
yeah, everyone's saying like, yeah, it
Oh.
looks like it froze.
Josh, do you want to quickly was the audio still going, or
I have no idea. I had stuff muted,
okay.
but I was getting a loading symbol. Oh, it looks like it's
Okay, if you want to plug it real quick again, Josh.
Sure. My actual play podcast, Are We Dead Yet? Go check it out on all the major podcast platforms. It's a lot of fun. We're starting our evil campaign on the 1st, so perfect time to jump in.
Awesome. And Xander.
Yeah, hi, I'm Xander. I do a show called Heartbeats, a heartwarming fantasy. It's a wonderful slice of life, super not a horror podcast, but it's a wonderful show where I'm just very excited. There's things I want to say about it, but I can't because we haven't released it yet. But if you like cute, wholesome stuff, want something, to take a break from the horror stuff and high action adventure podcasts you all might listen to, check that out. Or next month, I'm releasing a One Piece podcast where I have forced my friend to read One Piece, and he has to recite it to me like if it's a homework assignment. And I give him X many chapters an episode, and he is not allowed to read ahead. And it's great. It's great seeing him be like, can we record like tomorrow? And I'm like, nah, I'm busy. You gotta suffer. Gotta wait on that cliffhanger.
I still think Heartbeats has a secret horror element, but that's just me.
Yeah, it might. It seems that way. But it's awesome. I just tend to lean into some horror tropes by accident.
You have a okay. I won't spoil it, but check out Heartbeats. Oh, Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason. Jason_42 here and on Twitter. Currently, I'm going through a challenge playlist, which I will link in the chat right now. It's basically a compilation of the podcasts of all the guests that come on this good Lost Tower of Ambrosia show. I will add Are We Dead Yet Soon on there. Heartbeats is already on there. But I'll add one of Xander's Silent Room episodes, which will be a good meme.
Oh yeah,
It's riveting.
I make a really, really silly podcast called The Silent Room. It's literally 10 minutes of ambient noise, room noise. Don't listen to it, but listen to it if you want to. Like it apparently helps people sleep.
I
'Cause
gave
it's
it a
that ambient
review.
room noise.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you follow that list in order, I am at Good Better Quest. It is a pretty interesting podcast where they go through like a sort of bachelor's degree program to start. And you have some good characters and a Fungeon Master. Highly recommend checking it out. They are pretty adept D&D players from what I can tell. It's very good role play. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for coming out, everyone.
Thank you all for coming by. Remember, stop by at 6:30 p.m.